So, this is an episode, an experimental one, because the audio changes. Be prepared, be prepared. This episode is about it's okay to change your mind. Welcome to Heartfelt Expressions with Katara Speaks. I see you in the experimental room, guys. Yeah. Alright, I hope this sound is good. Because, yeah. You guys are in my, microphone foam case, in a sense. You know how you put the microphone inside of this protective foam? Yeah. Since I'm recording from my phone, you guys are in the depths of this little mini studio. So I hope the sound is good. Should I check it? I probably should. Instead of keep going and going and going, and the audio ended up being bad. So, give me a sec, and we be right back, y'all. Process. This is the process. You guys are getting... let's go. Alright. The sound was very muffled. Let's try again. Is it better now? Can you guys hear me? So guys, we are back to our regular scheduled podcast episode recording. You guys was with the process with me. Hopefully you guys survived that moment. Me checking everything. So I found out what that sound muffler is called. It's called a pop filter. It slipped my mind in the other episodes. It really did. But I found it, though I wanted to try something new and use this case instead. So, but it actually sounds good. Today's topic of choice is it's okay to change your mind. I was talking to several people, several teenagers going into college, right? And I asked them, what do they want to study? You know, what do you want to do with your life? And what's your why? And, you know, these 18-year-olds had a variety of different answers. One of them was like, I want to be a police officer, you know? And I was like, why? Well, I wanted to really protect my family, protect society, and yeah, the pay. And I was like, that's good. As long as you have your why, is your why strong enough to go through the training, go through that work life? Is that what you really want? Since they just graduated high school, at the time of the conversation, they was like, well, I've been planning this for over 5 years, or I wanted this ever since I was a kid. I wanted to be a superhero. And I was like, that's amazing. Though, just because you wanted it as a kid doesn't mean you can't change your mind. There's so many ways you can be a superhero, you know? You get to decide. And if you change your mind, it's okay. I hope I imparted those words onto that person and that they have a strong why. I talked to another child. They're not much younger than me. Another teenager. First semester in college. But what they wanted to do. And they said they wanted to be I could be wrong, guys, a nurse assistant or a doctor's assistant. I forgot what the technical terminology is. And I was like, okay, that's cool. What's your why? Why do you want to do this? And they looked at me and was like, the money. Like, do I need, like, because I want to, I guess? And I was like, you don't sound certain. Do you like people, first of all? You know, nurse assistants or nurses. I'm not sure that field. I was like, what do you want to do? Do you even like people? They was like, yeah, I guess. And I was like, okay, what is the field that you want to do? So they was telling me the person who greets people when you come into a nursing thing, like hospital or something, and they write the prescriptions for patients, and then the doctor does the final sign off, right? I was like, okay, is that what you want? And since this is their first semester, they had to go through the whole process of CNA or something like that. I was like, okay, well, remember your why, and that you can change your mind. Because, yeah, sometimes when you go into a field that you think will be great, and then when you're actually there, it is not to your expectations, and then you realize that you didn't want to do this, but you spent all the years of education to do this, and you have debt that you had to pay, then you feel trapped, and that's no bueno. So, to all the young people, and to all the adults and folks out there, right? And to myself, you can change your mind. This is your life, honestly. This is your life. It's okay to change your mind. Because, yes, you may have spent time to come up to where you are today. Whether in career and personal life, relationships, academics. You made the choices you did to get to where you are. Though if you want a different path, you can make different decisions. Make yourself happy, you know? It's okay that you change your mind. It's not the end of the world, and you are not a failure just because you change your mind. I suggest that you consider, like, making yourself happy, you know? Do what brings you joy. And there are so many ways to make money. There are so many ways to experience joy. And that applies to career. That applies to romantic relationships. Like, hey, you thought a relationship will work out, though you guys have different paths. People change. Change is normal. And once you realize your vision is no longer aligned for your lives and your expectations, you guys can communicate that and adjust accordingly, or you guys go your separate ways, and it's okay. You know, you guys are not a failure. I'm not sure why things are binary in the sense that if you change your mind, you can be perceived as a failure. I remember growing up, like, I felt that way. Though, as years went by, and I started to love myself more, I realized that's not true. Just because you take a different path than what you originally planned does not mean you're a failure. Just because you change your mind does not mean you failed. You know, things are stepping stones. Life is filled with experiences, and you just had that experience and realize you no longer want to continue being in that circumstance, in that situation, in that environment with people, places, careers, and things. Like people moving. People move all the time. It's okay to move, you know? Yeah, it just means a new chapter of your life if you read books. I use that analogy a lot. I used to enjoy books a lot. So, Yeah, it's just a new chapter of your life. It's okay. Some people even say it's a whole new book. It's a whole new episode, a whole new series for, films, film fanatics, and movies. It's a whole new movie. So, it's okay. Yeah, I think that's all I want to say today. I'm talking to y'all, but I'm all talking to myself as well. It's okay to change your mind. Hopefully you guys like how I started this episode. If you guys didn't, it's okay. I understand. It was a little muffled. Though I wanted to, physically show you that it's okay to have change. I change how I was recording this in general. You see how this is a whole loop? This is a whole loop. At first I thought this would, putting you guys inside of the phone would be ideal. Then I changed it. I took the feedback, and now the audio sounds amazing, I hope. Like, the second take, it sounded good. So I hope it sounds good now. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode and how I incorporated the topic into the recording. So, I enjoyed this time with you guys. I really appreciate you guys listening. If you guys enjoyed it as well, let me know through multitude of ways. There's social media, email, the feedback review section, and if not, you can just listen to more episodes. You can follow, subscribe, however it works, and share it with a friend. I appreciate your appreciation. Yes, this was great. You guys have been listening to Heartfelt Expressions with Katara Speaks, and this has been great. Until next time, I see you soon.